Hey guys, welcome back to Out of the Park Baseball 22 with the Detroit Tigers. So when we left off last, it was opening day. And I simmed through the first month just to kind of get a feel for the team and see how things would start out, how they panned out during the first month. And they started out really, really good. Your Detroit Tigers have the best record in the major leagues. Well, tied for the best record in the major leagues with the Dodgers, the best record in the American League, currently riding a 6-game winning streak, 3.5 games up in the AL Central. So let's take a quick look at the team, and then we'll continue our simulation. So let's start with, did I delete all the messages? I did because I'm a dum-dum. Tariq Skubal was actually named the American League Pitcher of the Month. Where do I want to go here? He was named the AL Pitcher of the Month for April, where he went 3-1 with a 1.37 ERA. Look at that, a .65 whip, 15 hits, only 2 walks to 37 strikeouts in 4 starts. So Tariq Skubal coming on strong here in season number 3. So let's start with the pitching staff. We talked about Skubal, Cleonel Perez, 9 games, 11 2/3 innings, only 9 hits, 1 walk, 16 strikeouts, a .77 ERA, a .86 whip. Even better has been Zach Pop. He's pitched in 9 games. He's 9 for 9 in save opportunities, and look at that line. 9 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 14 strikeouts. Opponents are batting an even 100 against him with a .44 whip. Jimmy Lambert, only 7 hits in 14 innings. He settled into a bullpen role nicely this year. 16 strikeouts. Matt Manning, 2-0 on the year. 16 hits in 21 innings. He struck out 21, posting a 2.49 ERA, 2.03 opponent batting average. His FIP is 357, so he's pitching a little below his FIP or above his FIP, depending, I guess, on how you want to look at it. But either way, he's pitched well so far. Brett DeGauss, who we got from the Dodgers in the offseason, 13 strikeouts already against no walks in 6 2/3 innings. James Paxton has been really, really good. 3-1, 3.60 ERA, 32 strikeouts in 25 innings. Alex Lang, 15 strikeouts in 8 2/3 innings. We are just striking out a metric ton of batters. Casey Mize, 1-0, 34 strikeouts in 26 innings. A little heavy on the home run ball. He's given up 2.7 home runs per 9, but he's rocking a 17 K to walk ratio, 34 strikeouts against only 2 walks. So we're giving up our fair share of home runs, but we're not walking anybody, so it's not hurting us. Will Vest has been okay, 15 strikeouts in 11 innings. Brad Keller's been all right, but as our 4th or 5th starter, I'll take it. The FIP is a little bit high. 31 base runners in 20 innings isn't great, but... and then Foster and Crow are struggling a bit, but, I mean, Foster's only pitched in 3 games. Crow's only pitched 7 innings, so it's, a little too early to tell. Offensively, things are looking really just as good. Parker Meadows, who we stuck in the leadoff spot in right field, is really, 442 on base percentage, 956 OPS, 154 OPS plus. His BABIP is unsustainable. A lot of these BABIPs are unsustainable if you look at them so far, but 1.2 WAR through the first 21 games for Parker Meadows. Austin Riley picks up right where he left off, 989 OPS, 158 OPS plus, 5 home runs, 15 RBIs in 20 games. Carson Kelly's hitting 410 in 39 at-bats. He's got 2 home runs, and 1119 OPS. Michael Brantley's hitting 380 in his first month out of the number 3 hole for the Tigers. He's been great. Spencer Torkelson, the power came on towards the end of the month. You can see he's homered in 3 straight games. 5 home runs, 17 RBIs. He's hitting 280 on the year, which is a huge upgrade over that 233 he hit last year. Hopefully he can keep that up. Ali Sanchez splitting time with Carson Kelly. He's only hitting 340, playing elite defense. Byron Buxton, Showing some power. The average is low, but he's got some power and playing good defense, so it equates well. Nico Goodrum has already played 4 different positions for us. 8 for 30, showing a little bit of pop, couple of home runs. Nick Gordon is doing all right. Playing a backup middle infielder role. Christian Arroyo has struggled a bit, but come on as of late. He's a positive WAR. His BABIP is below 300, so I expect that to even out a little bit. Brian Packard, the power hasn't been there compared to last year, but still a positive WAR through the first month. And then Welker and Brigman are the only 2 players with negative WARs. Welker just hasn't gotten a lot of playing time. I think he'll be fine. And Brigman is struggling, only 8 for 57. We may want to. I don't want to mess with what's working right now, so I don't necessarily want to move him out of the 2-hole. But if he continues to hit, $140, I won't have a choice. We'll have to figure something out. Maybe Arroyo can start to hit. In fact, you know what? I think we're gonna do that now, and we're gonna. Okay, so he's batting leadoff against lefties. That's a bit of an issue. Do I not have? I don't. That's right. Meadows is a lefty, so I don't have him playing against lefties. I don't think that batting Brigman leadoff against lefties is a great idea. So let's do this. Not that Arroyo is a much better option at the top of the lineup, but he at least has some contact and the ability to avoid K. So we'll swap that around and see if that helps, and we'll put Kelly there and bat Brigman 9th. Front office wise, we still have some money this year. We're generating some additional revenue as we upped our ticket prices and fans are coming. Salaries, if we look at next season, our payroll does jump up to about $85 million, but Brantley and Paxton are both on team options. Carson Kelly is arbitration eligible at nearly at 7.5, and I don't think that I'm gonna want to pay him that. So Carson Kelly may be done after this season, but we're getting way ahead of ourselves here. It's just 1 month into the season, and we're 16-6. So I think I will sim ahead until June 1st, and then we'll sim ahead to the draft pool announcement, and then we'll go to the end of June, and then that will be the end of this episode. So May through July 1st, basically. So I'll be back in a month. Hang tight. I'll be right back. All right, we are back on June 1st, and the good play for the Detroit Tigers continues as we are 32-18 through 2 months of the season. AL Batter of the Month, Jose Ramirez. NL Batter of the Month, Juan Soto. James Paxton wins the American League Pitcher of the Month. So 2 straight months a Detroit Tiger pitcher has won the Pitcher of the Month. Paxton 8-2 with a 3.09 ERA. Andrew Suarez of the Mets wins the NL Pitcher of the Month. Yairo Solis of Houston wins the Rookie of the Month. And Coy Cobb, I've never heard of Coy Cobb. Oh, wow. Wins the Pitcher of the Rookie of the Month in the National League. So, yeah, let's take a look at where we stand. So, we are 2.5 games up on the Minnesota Twins, 32-18. We'll look at the team stats here in a second, but take a look at the standings in the American League East. The Yankees with a 1-game lead over the Blue Jays and the Orioles. Out west, the Mariners with a 2.5-game lead on the Oakland Athletics, 3 games over the Angels. In the National League, the Nationals and the Phillies. Look at that National League East. 4 teams separated by just half a game. In the Central, the Reds, 29-20, 4.5 games up on the Cardinals, Cubs, and Brewers. And out west, the Dodgers with a 4.5-game lead on the San Diego Padres. You can see the league leaders there. Rosario, Hayes, Arraez are your top 3 in batting. Stanton, Jimenez, and Sano, your top 3 in home runs. Hayes, Spencer Torkelson, second in the American League in RBIs. Max Muncy is third. Look at those pitching leaders, though. Tarik Skubal, second in the league in ERA at 1.96. He's second in the league in wins behind only James Paxton, and leads the American League in strikeouts with 86. He's second in WAR behind just Giolito. Zach Pop, third in saves. So Tarik Skubal has been a monster this year for us. Leads the majors in strikeouts with those 86 right now. McKinney, Blade, and Machado, top 3 in batting. Soto, Bellinger, Conforto, Bohm, Machado, and Soto, top 3 in RBIs. Soto with an 1,100 OPS through 2 months of the year. So stats, and it's been a good month. Obviously, I mentioned those BABIPs were unsustainable, and they were. So let's start with the lineups this time. They were unsustainable, but still, Parker Meadows has put up a 2 WAR in his rookie season, 783 OPS, 390 on base percentage, top of the lineup, really nice. Byron Buxton had a very, very good second month of the year. He's up to 273 with a 481 slugging, put up 1.7 WAR. He's on pace for almost 6 WAR this season. His batting splits, you look at his April, 214, 703 OPS. May hit 320 with an 873 OPS. So that version of Byron Buxton is really, really good. Austin Riley continues to just mash for us. This was a fantastic, fantastic pickup. 21 home runs and 67 RBIs in 99 games since we picked him up from the Braves. 952 OPS, 1.5 WAR. Carson Kelly continues to hit the ball really well. 941 OPS, 4 home runs, 16 RBIs. Spencer Torkelson leads us in home runs and RBIs. Keeping that average up around 260, 270. If he can keep it there, we'll be in good shape. Michael Brantley continues to just hit. Professional hitter, as they say, leads the team in hits with 52. Ali Sanchez, our quote-unquote backup catcher, is putting up almost an 800 OPS as well. Nick Gordon hitting 318. Not a lot of power, but does have 8 doubles. 866 OPS out of Nick Gordon, who was somebody we didn't think could hit. He's certainly hitting this year. Bryant Packard, he's doing all right. I mean, he showed some power in the second month of the season. He's up to 6 home runs, 22 knocked in. 280 batting average, 42 slugging. Colton Welker came on nicely that month as well. If we look at his batting splits, he hit 333, 389, 591 for a 980 OPS in May. 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. Colton Welker came on strong in May. Nico Goodrum continues to hit pretty well. He's got 15 RBIs in 21 starts, 721 OPS, and I believe he's played how many different positions? 5. First, second, third, short, and right field. So he's been all over the diamond for us, which is exactly why I like signing him. Christian Arroyo had a much better month. 3 home runs, up to 22 runs knocked in out of that number 2 spot. Let's see what his splits looked like. Yeah, he hit 284 in May after hitting just 206 in April. OPS is still a little light at 700, but he's coming along. He's not going to draw a ton of walks, but in the 2-hole, if he can hit 280, 270, 280, that would be fine. And then even Bryson Brigman, he raised his average 100 points in May. He went 140, 234, 211 for a 445 OPS in April, 333, 420, 383, and 804 OPS in May, which out of the 9-hole, you can't beat that. So that's a nice bounce back for Bryson Brigman. So that's our hitting. So offense looks really, really good. Where are we in offense? We're first in runs scored, first in batting average, first in on base, first in OPS, first in WAR, first in weighted on base, and 6th in home runs. So our offense has been lights out. Pitching has been just as good. We're first in runs against, second in starter in bullpen ERA, first in FIP, first in WAR, second in strikeouts, and we're fielding as well. We're 4th in defensive efficiency. So pitching wars. First, I guess for the bad news, we did lose Matt Manning for the season. He's out for 4 months with a torn labrum. He was really good. 7 starts, 2-0 with a 2.61 ERA, so we lose him for the season. We moved Jimmy Lambert into the starting rotation, and then we made, I think, 1 or 2 other moves. We sent down Brett DeGauss and called up Junior Fernandez, who was healthy, and we moved Sam Delaplane into the bullpen once Manning was hurt. So if we look at our WAR, Tariq Skubal 7-1 with a 1.96 ERA, a .87 WHIP. He's striking out 13 per 9. He's been a 2 WAR pitcher, on pace for a 23-3 season. I don't know if he'll get there, but that would be a season for the ages. James Paxton, well worth the $8 million we paid him, even if he doesn't win another game the rest of the year. 8-2 with a 3.09 ERA, 67 strikeouts in 58 innings, only giving up 7 home runs in 58 innings. He's been great. Clinell Perez continues to pitch really, really well for us. 35 strikeouts, 1.59 ERA. Casey Mize has struggled. He's 1-4 with a 5.74 ERA, although that FIP, again, 3.96 FIP and 3.66 BABIP tells you that he's gotten a little unlucky. Still have a lot of faith and confidence in the 26-year-old Mize. Brad Keller's been fine. 2.98 ERA. I mean, he's been better than fine, but considering his ratings, this will probably be his only season with us, and he's been good. Zach Pop struggled a bit that month. He does have 13 saves and 19 opportunities, 25 strikeouts against only 5 walks, still posting a sub-1 whip. Alex Lang has struggled, but that BABIP is ridiculous, 4.21 BABIP. And then you got everybody else, Foster, Fernandez, Delaplane, and Vester, all pitched to some varying levels of success. Front office, we still have fans coming out. We still don't have any money for next year, but again, we have some players that we're potentially going to move on from, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. We have money for this season, and we want to worry about this season. And because we've got some money for this year, we have $18 million. Let's take a look at the trade block. I don't want to look at personality and morale. So this is just the pitching staff. So Brad Hand is only making 3.4. Kyle Hendricks with the Cubs. I don't think it would be a bad idea to maybe pick up some starting pitching depth. I mean, there's not a lot here right now, but there might be as we get closer to the trade deadline. I'm afraid if we lose another starter, we're going to be kind of diving deep into the AAA stash, and I'd rather not do that. We could also potentially upgrade at one of the middle infield positions. I know Arroyo signed long-term, and I don't really want to kind of turn my back on him, but someone like Adalberto Mondesi, he's only signed through this season, would give us a definite upgrade over Brigman this year. Not that Brigman's been bad, but Mondesi is a better hitter. He's a better fielder. Would just be a better fit. I'm curious. They want Buxton for him, and I don't want to give up Buxton. Although, moving on from that $20 million contract would be good. I'm not crazy about that. So let's see if we can make something happen here. So I'd give you Riley Green. It doesn't change anything, okay? Everybody wanted Campos, not even close. Okay, so that doesn't move the needle. Jay Allen. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to move Green. I'm not going to move Meyer. Elijah Green, by the way, is looking like an absolute monster. So, again, those of you who told me to take Elijah Green, thank you. It looks like it's going to work out. Drew Waters. Okay, so that Drew Waters moves the needle. And, I mean, he's tearing it up so far in AAA. He's got a good glove, good bat. He's a free swinger, but I mean, I got Ciani who is there as well. So it comes down to whether or not I like Waters or Ciani better. Ciani moves the needle even more, though. I mean, I don't want to give up any of these people. Maybe I can do this. Okay. So if I'm willing to give up Ciani and Proctor, I could land Adalberto Mondesi, which I'm not crazy about doing right now, but it's good to know that the potential exists. Maybe as we get closer to the trade deadline, the demand will drop. So I'm going to keep an eye on Mondesi and make a move later, I think. Maybe not right now. Wow, this guy is really good. Jan Comaros. Good. Let's look at our contracts. Is there anybody that we want to extend? I feel like extending Riley's a good idea. I'm just afraid. I mean, he's been really good, but this contact could fall off a cliff at any moment, and that could end up hurting us. I don't think I want to extend anybody just yet. So let's sim ahead to the draft pool. We're going to be picking somewhere in the top 10, I believe. So we win again. We're 33-18. So we'll just let you sim alongside me. 3.5 game lead over the Twins. Personal message. We lose to the Blue Jays. Christian Arroyo is hurt, but he's fine. Okay, that's good. Let's keep going. Let's get up to the 11th. Oh, that one hurts. Tariq Skubal out for 5 weeks. And this is what I was afraid of, that and I guess we can go back to Zach Lothar. But all of a sudden, our starting pitching looks not nearly as deep. Paxton, Mize, Lothar, Keller, and Lambert. That's not a very good starting rotation. So hopefully Skubal will come back and our bullpen can actually, let's start to I'm going to start using the bullpen more. I want to see, because we may need to lean on our bullpen here for the next few weeks, which is fine. I mean, you know, we'll see how it goes, but we have a solid bullpen, so we may as well take advantage of it. This could potentially affect Skubal's Cy Young. Cy Young, we lost, 3 in a row now? 4 in a row? 34-22. There we go. There's a win. Christian Arroyo out for a week, but then we lose again. Yeah, we've hit a bit of a patch here, as they would say. We've lost 4 out of 5. We lose Arroyo for a week. Buxton's hurt too. He's out for 3 weeks. Okay, so we got to call up an outfielder. Drew Waters will get the call. And I think we stick him right into center field and let it. Is he better against? Okay, he can hit equally against either. So we'll move Drew Waters into center field. So we're starting to deal with the injury bug here a little bit, which is no good. But you know, hopefully we can bounce back, or we can hold on here and battle through this. I gotta turn off baseball cards. We went 7-3 in 12 innings. Let's look at that box score. Spencer Torkelson, 4 RBIs. Drew Waters went 1 for 5 in his debut. Austin Riley with a rough one, 0 for 4 with 4 Ks. Keller pitched well. Foster blew the save, but Perez, Pop, and Vest went 4 1/3 shutout, striking out 9. So we go to the draft pool announcement up. Are 36-23. Giancarlo Stanton, I almost called him Mike. Giancarlo Stanton hit his 400th career home run. Paul Goldschmidt hits his 300th. And let's take a look at the draft pool. Actually, let's look at the draft. I think we're picking 7th, 9th, because the Red Sox didn't sign their first-round pick last year. So who do they think we're going to take at 9? Zion Rose, a catching prospect. Got some good home run power. Decent gap, decent eye. Can play 3 different positions. Let's look at the draft pool, though, and see what's going to be available. I mean, I'd really like the best possible bat. I'm assuming Julian Greenwell is at the top, yeah. I would like Josh Stinson. Where does he show up on this? Oh, 5th. Damn. Okay. Some good pitchers in here. Wow. Riley Bishop. I mean, he's already 23, but wow. Draft pool. Let's look at pitchers. He's really good. Hunter Barco's, and there are a lot of good pitching prospects in this one. Hunter Barco, already 22. If he can improve that control. Jake Garland, wow, a lot of really developed starting pitchers. And then you got Ethan Robinson. Yeah, there's 6 really, really good starting pitchers here. Not as many good batting prospects, but yeah, like I don't think Cam Collier. Oh, they have him going 8th. So all the hitters, the high-end hitters, Greenwell, Cobb, Stinson, and Collier, they all have going prior to me picking. Now, if that actually happens, I may just I just may go pitching. I mean, we've got all 3 of these. I mean, we'll see, because it doesn't always go like this. And, maybe one of those hitters will fall to us. But you guys tell me. So, Greenwell's not going to fall. If Greenwell falls, he's my pick. But he's not going to fall to me at 9. Collier, I think if he falls to me at 9, I take him. That's my gut. So I'm going Collier first, and then really any of these pitchers second. So if any of these pitchers fall to me at 9 and Collier isn't there, I think I take one of the pitchers. You let me know, though. You guys let me know what you think. I mean, Riley Bishop, I would jump all over this in a heartbeat. He may actually be my first choice, even if Collier is there. And they have him going to the Red Sox at 6. I bet he goes first. It wouldn't surprise me if he went first. That's just an elite pitching prospect. Who do they have us taking in the second round? Will Sanders. 2-star, 3-star, 21-year-old, already pretty developed, goes to South Carolina. I'd be okay with that. So, all right. So yeah, now I'm gonna keep moving. You guys, you can just pause on those pages and look and see who's there. But the third baseman Collier is kind of my first pick if he's there for me at 9. Greenwell is my first overall pick, but I don't think he'll make it. So Collier and then any one of those pitchers. You let me know what you think. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to sim ahead till the end of the month. We'll do another quick review. We'll look around the league, and we'll call it an episode. So hang tight. We are at Saturday, July 1st, and there's a bit to go over. So we're 46-31, still in first place. We are in the middle of a 4-game winning streak, which is nice. We had a bit of a bump in the road in June, as we suffered quite a few injuries in June. But we were able to work through them. We can see Tariq Skubal is finally back. Went 5 innings in his first start. Picked up right where he left off. No runs in 5 innings. Pitched this one. Casey Mize pitched his best game in a month. You can see he's really struggling. 1-7 on the year. Torkelson up to 20 home runs. He's hit a ton of home runs. He's had 3 multi-home run games in the last, I think, 2 weeks or something. But let's take a look at the notes. So Aaron Nola signed a 6-year, $28 million a year contract to stay in Philadelphia. Player development, Paxton got a little worse, as to be expected. Mize got better. Keller got worse. He's down to 2 stars, but still hanging in there. If he can put up a 2-WAR season for us, I'll take it. Hess, Foster, Delaplane, Angel DeJesus, who we had to call up due to some injuries in the bullpen. Packard got a little better. Goodrum got better. Arroyo got a little better. Brigman got a little better. Oh, man, he's up to 275. Look at 275, 358, 363. Not hitting for any power, but he's come along nicely. We have a ton of outfield depth. I think I want to try to package some of this. There's one very interesting shortstop on the trade block, and it's no longer, I'll get back to this in a second, it's no longer Mondesi, it's Xander Bogaerts is on the trade block for the Red Sox. His contract is up after this season, which actually it isn't. He's got an opt-out after this season, but his contract is not actually up in real life. At any rate, Xander Bogaerts is a free agent or is on the trade block. He's a great shortstop. He's somebody we might look to try to package some of that outfield depth and pick up and improve our shortstop production. We get back into this. Anybody interesting here? A lot of my Gulf Coast people. Elijah Green got better. He's up to 1.5 stars, so he won't be in the Gulf Coast very long. He's only 3 first 17, so we'll give him a few games down there and then move him up. AL Batter of the Month, Randy Arozarena. NL Batter of the Month, Zach McKinstry of the Dodgers. Emmanuel Clays. I've read that wrong. Pitcher of the Month in the American League. Adonis Medina, Pitcher of the Month in the National League. AL Rookie of the Month, Daniel Johnson of the Indians. And Josh Green, the NL Rookie of the Month. So you can see, still 2.5 game lead on the Indians, 46-31. From a financial standpoint, we're still doing fine. We still have money to add this year if we need to. Let's start with pitching. Tariq Skubal, like I said, he was out for most of the year, 8-1, or not most of the year, but he was out for 3 weeks. 8-1, 1.83 ERA. Cleonel Perez, we had to move him into the starting rotation due to some injuries, and he's been really good. He continues to pitch really well. 1.7 WAR. James Paxton's 9-4 with a 3.94 ERA. Casey Mize, we talked about him. He's continued to struggle. 5.47 ERA. He's 1-7. I have to think that he'll turn it around, so we're just going to keep sending him out there every 5th day. Brad Keller's been fine as our 5th man. Zach Pop. ERA is climbing here month over month, but 18 saves and 33 appearances. Will Vest has pitched a lot, and he's doing all right. None of our pitchers are really doing badly. I mean, I wouldn't say that anyone's had a bad year. Casey Mize hasn't had a great year, but he's still put up over a WAR through 3 months. So 96 to 22 K to walk ratio. So he's just, I don't know. I mean, he's not walking a ton. 2.6 per 9 isn't awful. Home runs are a little high. Just really giving up too many hits. So if the BABIP comes down to, 310, 320, I think this will even out some. So I think he'll be fine. The lineup, things are looking really good. Byron Buxton just continues to rake. He was injured for a while as well, but he's back. He's on pace for a 5-win season, 25 home runs, continuing to just play elite defense. Spencer Torkelson are on pace for 42 home runs and 126 runs knocked in, 871 OPS. Austin Riley has slowed down. He had a rough month. We talked about contract extension. He only hit 163 in June, so hopefully he can pick that back up. Parker Meadows, his average slipped as well. The on-base percentage is still okay, 341, but he's only slugging 340, so I'd like to get a little bit more production out of my starting right fielder than that, but if he continues to get on base, I won't complain. Carson Kelly's still just hitting fantastic. I mean, that 402 BABIP, I mean, he keeps saying that he can't maintain it, but he's maintained it for 3 months now, hitting 322. Nick Gordon's done a nice job. Christian Arroyo, his stock is starting to climb. He's to a 733 OPS, hitting the ball pretty well. Ali Sanchez, this is a fine line for Ali Sanchez. I have no problem with it. Colton Welker, that average is still hitting over 300. Doesn't have a ton of WAR just because he's not getting a lot of playing time. He started 42 games. Brigman is doing okay. Like I said, his average is up to 275. Nico Goodrum, he's struggling with the bat. And Bryant Packard, he has sort of fallen off a cliff a little bit. 233, 02, 398. So as we go into July, first base and shortstop are really the two positions I am looking at upgrading. If we look at the trade block, we have a third baseman or shortstop in Xander Bogaerts and a couple of first basemen. Ji-Man Choi from Tampa. J.D. Davis can play first base as well with the Mets. I may hold off on the first baseman just because you can always find decent anybody can play first base. So let's see if we can pry Xander Bogaerts from the Red Sox. And we'll start with Dominic Fletcher. We're on the right track. What about Fletcher and Cantillo? Okay, so we're getting there. So if we do that, and then we look at our prospects, how's Meyer doing? Struggling with the bat a little bit. 244, 328, 369. He does have 1.4 WAR, which means he's probably playing good defense. So we'll let him continue to plug away in Double-A for now. Roberto Campos. This is a trade that would really help us. There's always that one player, right? I'm looking for that one player that sort of pushes it over the edge where they say, you know, this is good enough, or yeah, none of this has moved the needle at all. But if I added in, all right, so I could give up Fletcher, Cantillo, and Proctor and get back Xander Bogaerts. It would likely just be a rental. It would likely just be a rental, and that's the concerning part. Giving up Fletcher, that would hurt a little bit. I just get done saying I needed more production in right field. Cabrera's 24. Can I do it without Fletcher? Wow, okay, so I could do Proctor and Cantillo for Bogaerts, and that would be enough for you. And that would still leave me with... that would still... Wait a second. Where are my catching prospects? That would thin us out catching-wise. Kelly and Sanchez would be our only two legit starting catchers, because didn't we have... what was his last name? Tingler? No, I can't remember. I've already forgotten his name. Dingler? Yeah. We traded him. Right. For Will Crow. Who hasn't pitched badly. So is there any way I would rather hang on to Proctor. You see, Proctor's the tipping point. Oops, dropped my phone. Proctor's the tipping point here. Like, I can give him Proctor, and that would be it. Like, they would probably take Proctor for Bogaerts straight up, but I need Proctor on the team. So I think we go back to this, and I think I'm more comfortable giving up So Fletcher's a better defensive outfielder. Good patience at the plate. Quick hands, hit for above average power. Cabrera's a year younger. Looks like he's going to be better contact-wise. Yeah, see, none of these players are even moving the needle, and that's the issue. Can we make this happen? I don't want to give up Braylon Bishop. I bet Siani moves the needle, but again, it's players I can't give up. I really don't want to give up Proctor. I want to hold on to him because I don't know that I'm going to bring Kelly back next season. And if one of them gets hurt, I'm in really tough shape. So they're using Connor Wong as their backup. I'm thinking maybe if I can get a catcher back from the Red Sox, that I can make this work, but they don't really have anybody. Man, I really want to make this work. I mean, I don't want to give up. There's got to be some way to make this work without giving up Proctor. There's got to be some way to do it. All right, so I'm gonna leave it at this. You guys, let me know if I should move on from Proctor to pick up Bogarts. If you think I should, I will. If you think I should hold off, I won't. But that's gonna do it for this episode. Next time we'll come back and we will do the month of July. So we'll do international free agent signing, the first year player draft, and the trade deadline. So guys, I appreciate you watching, and we'll talk to y'all soon. Bye bye.